Watch this before it mysteriously disappears or gets fact-checked into oblivion. Yeah, we're going there. Did you know that 220 Republicans just voted in April 2025 to make sure non-citizens can't vote in federal elections? And 208 Democrats were like, nah, we're good. Yes, you heard right, because apparently asking for ID is now offensive, but you need ID to buy cough syrup, rent a canoe, or return a toaster at Walmart. Makes you wonder, are elections less important than Sudafed? Welcome to the wild, wild world of the SAVE Act, because nothing says we care about election integrity like making sure people who vote actually live here. Now, before someone pops a vein on Twitter, X, Metaverse, or whatever we're calling it this week, let's clarify, this isn't about left versus right, it's about real versus really. So here's the deal. 220 Republicans voted yes on requiring proof of citizenship. 208 Democrats voted no, which is basically like saying, let's just go with the honor system, because nothing has ever gone wrong with that, right? 4 Democrats did vote in favor, though, probably because they read the bill and went, wait, we're not supposed to do this already? And for those confused about the term constitutional republic, let's clarify, because this ain't American Idol. We're not a democracy where the crowd votes someone off the island. We're a constitutional republic, which means we follow rules, not feelings. You don't just yell, but I identify as eligible and magically vote. And yes, the Pledge of Allegiance says, to the republic, not to the democracy that trends on TikTok. Now enter the deep state. Oh yes, the unofficial cast of Stranger Things, government edition, shadowy figures, untraceable emails, meetings in dark rooms, like your in-laws at Thanksgiving. They're always around, but no one knows who invited them. Some say the deep state is like glitter. Once it's in your system, you can't get rid of it, and everything looks shady. So, naturally, SAVE Act, anti-glitter spray. But here's the kicker. Critics are calling it voter suppression. Because, apparently, making sure voters are actual citizens is now controversial. What's next? Requiring driver's licenses to drive? Madness. So, we ask you, which party seems to be living in a bubble and which one just popped it with the pointy pin of reality? And more curiously, which party seems to be inching toward Alexander Trachtenberg's dream of a not-so-subtle people's paradise? Spoiler, Trachtenberg didn't exactly dream of Taco Tuesdays and free market freedom. Final thought, will the SAVE Act save elections, or just save us from debating this again in 2028? Is this bill a constitutional win, or just the latest episode of America the sitcom? So, tell us, which party seems to be living under a bubble, immune to facts but strangely obsessed with vibes? And which party seems a little too aligned with Alexander Trachtenberg's vision, and not in a let's start a book club kind of way? Only time and a few suspiciously timed document leaks will tell. Mic drop, unless that requires ID too.